Hi guys, today I got a really big package from CVO, and it's a chainsaw combo kit, a 36-volt chainsaw and 18-volt brushless grinder with 3 and 2 5 amp power battery and a rapid charge with dual port, and oh, it's really heavy, this box. And now I'm going to unboxing and introduce about the 36-volt the chainsaw. And I would like to say this chainsaw is brush motor, not the brushless version. So some cut off the cover, then okay. So in the box, here I have just get the grinder first. In the box is all separate package, and here is the chainsaw. And here I think it is the dual port charge and 2 battery. Here is the grinder, 18-volt. Yeah, the 18-volt brushless angle grinder. Well, this is quite basic model. And 4.5 inch. Okay. So now the box is empty. So in this video, I will just review about the chainsaw. Okay, so. Oh, cool. 2 screw, and what's that? Oh, here's the chain. Yeah, here's the chain, and what's that? This and a blade, I don't know what used. And here is the manual and the structure, and the cutter lock. Here I have the cases and the blade. This I think might be the white blade. Yeah, exactly. Quite heavy. This is the chainsaw. Two battery ports and Then I'm going to unbox the rapid charge of the battery. Oops, very difficult. Okay, in the box here is the charger, quite thick, and both of the 5 amp hour battery. Pretty good package. Five amp hour. And this is the other. And in this box is also include instruction manual, and we just teach you how to use the rapid charge. Okay, so yeah. I think it's quite bigger than I thought, but okay, so now I charge it. Oh my god. I can't use this charger because the maximum voltage is 120 volt. And I think it, because I focus into this adapter, it's just suitable for 120 volt. It can't use in 220 volt. So, well, it just used in US. Okay, so I'm gonna to hide it first. I need to use the other charger to charge this both battery. Okay guys, so here is the chainsaw. So first, here is the cover. Then they make a really convenient design, and just you don't need to use the screwdriver to open. Really convenient. And this one is you can adjust your chain loose or tight. So you just rotate this dial this is it bottom, and you can see here. To move a little bit. So if you want your chain more loose, then you can dial it to here is a press, then it will more loose. If you want type, just opposite position, then it will become more type. Okay, so here is a lubricating oil tank. So you add the oil, and the oil will come in the gearbox and lubricating the gear. Also, inside have a oil pump. You pump the oil to here to help the chain run on the blade. Also, yeah, so here is the cover, and here is the oil tank. And here you have a fuel gauge, and you can see how much oil you have left. So if the oil less than this fuel gauge, then you must fill in. Otherwise, if run out of oil, it's really bad for the performance. Now I will just try to turn on the chainsaw and let you see how this works. So how you control this is first unlock, then press this safety button, then trigger it. A very good design is when you can listen when I press the button, it gradually starts then to the fastest speed. So this, what they did is they control the power, because this is a brush motor. As you know, if you just give 36 volts, the brush motor usually will run at the fastest speed, but they control the ampere to, because every time if a motor start, it will use extremely more better power to start up the motor until it's run in the general speed. Maybe this motor run in 10,000 RPM, but when the motor start in 0 to 10,000, it use more power. So in this tool, they make a limit of the power to maybe to limit the power don't over an amount of electric, otherwise it will cut off the power. So this is safety reason, because every time if you start the motor then gets a lot of power, then the battery is really easy to get damage. But one thing I not really like is, just now you can see when I stop it, here have a spark. So the reason is they want to stop it instantaneously, but the bad thing is because this is brush motor, if you stop it instantly, it will have the spark, because they just connect the negative and the positive together, and the spark it will damage the brushes. So maybe later on when I disassemble it, you can see every time the spark, and if you have some white paper or anything, the spark is actually black. It's come from the dust from the carbon brush, so that is really bad for the carbon brush. But anyway, they have this design. So you can see in this machine, they have they let you easier to change your brush. So this design, and just need to have a screw. Here is a brush cover. Then here the other size. So inside is the brushes. You can see that here. So can you see this one is the spark make it. See. So I would like to say here is a safety button, then when you press like this is unlock and lock. So it have two saving equipment inside. First is switch that stop the signal from the motherboard to the switch. So if the motherboard detect the switch is turned on, so when it unlock, it's turned on. The switch is turned on, so the signal can't cross. Yeah, can't. The signal does not sense, so the motherboard won't power the motor. Then the other one is when it's lock, it have physically break the motor. So even though you power up the motor, the brake is stuck the motor, and the rotor can't turn on. So now I will tear down. Firstly, I remove the back cover. So here is have 3 screw, 1, 2, 3. Then you can see here is the motor. When I lock it, I can't move, but when I unlock it, you can see. So it's really physically have a brake to stop the motor. Pretty safety. So then now I'll take off all the screw from the housing. Okay, so here I have a ring. Maybe you can hook it the whole tool. Just let you more convenient, maybe for storing. So now I get out all of the screw, then I can take out this housing. Oh. So probably the gearbox is the motor, small gear, and the output big gear. And you can see pretty heavy. You can see the mask is really big. You can. Here is the switch and the safety button. So this switch probably not a variable control, just a switch. Oops. So if I press the switch, then it will see. And I think this one is the fuse, is it? So if the overload, the motor overload, this will burn it and cut off the power. So for safety reasons, this. And here is just now I mentioned the lubricating oil tank, and not just a small size. And here is the oil pump, you can see. And at the bottom here have a, you can see clear. You probably have a hole, and inside is a switch. You can tune the amount of the oil, how much amount they pump it out. So the oil pump probably is when this big gear turn. You can see here has some spiral things. I don't know how to explain, how to say that, but when it's turned, this connect to this gear. So you can see this gear can turn it. See, it can turn it. So every time it's turned, it will drain the oil from here through this pipe, and here is the exit. So the oil come out. That thing is connected to this oil ring, and which is this hole. So this hole probably help go it into the chain, just lubricating the chain. Yeah. Then the next step, because the motor probably is hidden behind this gearbox. So now I need to take out the gearbox first. So the other things I want to say is, you can see the oil tank, and it's connected to a pipe. You can see this pipe, and the pipe, it's just come out to the gearbox. So this design is because this is a tool, and if you put the position is like this, perpendicular to the gravity, the oil in the gearbox won't come back to the oil tank. So this is really important, because if the oil tank just connect to the gearbox, what will happen is, when you put different position, maybe the gearbox, the old oil will come back to the oil tank. So the oil tank is the clean, and the old oil will mix it to the clean. So it's bad for the whole unit. So they have a really good design. Now I just need to one more screw, then I can, okay, the last one. Okay. I'm trying to pull out the gearbox. So the whole assemble, and here is the armature. So just now the brake is just a heavy spring, and wait. Okay, so here this is the motor cover, then a permanent magnet, and the side is the circuit board. You can see. Just a big heat thing, and rest it inside here. So how it works is, when the motor turning, you can see here, it have a blade, the air will come through the back of the motor, come through the armature, and here one way the air go out through this way, and the next way is the air come through the heatsink and take all the heat and go out from here. Here, also here. This two gap is, yeah, the exit from the circuit board, so it can effectively bring all the heat from the dynamic system and the electronic system. Pretty good design. And just now I said the switch here, here I have a micro switch is lock and unlock. If you unlock it, then the switch will turn on, then the signal can come through the switch and go back. You can see black and white come back to the circuit board, then the circuit board will recognize it's unlock, so the electric can it can driven the motor. But if you now I unlock it, so here is a short circuit and the signal can't cross it, so it's locked, then the circuit board won't give any power to the motor. So this is a safety design. Also that simultaneously is controlling a physical brake to brake the motor. So even though maybe if some reasons that give the power driven the motor, the physically brake can stop the motor and prevent the accident. So pretty good, but yeah, the same thing is I not really like the electronic brake because it's damage the brushes. And also that this guide is no fuel gauge and no battery indicator. Just now you can see here. Where is it? On the back side here, this two LED light is when maybe the battery use out of power, then it will flashing and remind you to change the battery. Just this function, and it can't show you how much battery you still have. So yeah, because before I thought it can show you how much the battery. So now I'll repair the motor. So in the Makita products, you can always find that is the motor have no housing. It's usually combined with the tool. So what they want is to use less area to produce more power. So if some cheaper tool, they will use the individually have a motor, then the motor you can take out and run it also individually. But in this product, the motor probably is just now you can see the whole structure is just combine it to the housing, the tool housing. So this design is can save more area and let your tool have a smaller size and have a better performance. Then because if you use the motor in a unit, one motor, and put it in the whole tool, so it will use more space, and probably your tool will have a bigger size and more heavier. So usually if you get expensive products, they usually use this design. And save it more place. Maybe I can just mount the handle and just try to turn on the tool. What the hell? And now I just repair the brush and try to turn it on. Holy shit. Okay, now I can just try to power up the motor. Oops. Okay, so you can move out. just want to show you how it works. So now the last step, I will repair the whole housing. Then make sure the wire is going in the right way, otherwise you will damage the wire. Okay, oh well. Okay, so probably, oh, still one left in the back. Okay, done. The last thing is cover the oil tank. Okay. Okay, so the whole unit. Thanks for watching. If you like my video, just subscribe my channel. Thanks. See you.